Grand Rising. Welcome back, everyone, to Greatness 357. It's a pleasure to have you back with me. And without further ado, we're going to jump right into today's topic. So, the topic that we're talking about today is going to be something very near and dear to my heart: dreadlocks. All right. Some people call them dreads, some people call them locks, some people hate what other people call them, some people call them dreadlocks. It doesn't truly matter. You know it when you see it. You know, it is what it is. So I was doing some thinking the other day, and I was, thinking about the journey that I've had over the past 5 years of growing my locks. And one of the things that I thought about was the places, the place that I was where I needed to be when I was there. And although I did not like everything about every phase, I loved it in the end, right? In the end, I look back and I'm like, man, I needed to be there, and I needed those things when I had them. And that was a really good thing for me to realize. And so I'm going to share that with you today. So today is going to be, obviously, locks have a lot going on with them. There's a lot of ground to cover with locks, and I'm probably going to have to make more videos into the future with these. If you do like this type of content, then obviously leave some comments down, all that good stuff. But without further ado, today we're going to be focusing on locticians in general, like just locticians specifically. And so what that is a loctician, if you don't know, is essentially a person who does your hair. They do your locks. They take care of the washing. They advise you on things. Sometimes they're your therapist, right? Sometimes, it just kind of depends on the relationship that you have with them personally. But a loctician is somebody that you're going to be dealing with a lot. You're entrusting them with your hair. You're entrusting them with your crown. So with that being said, it's someone that you need to make sure that is a good fit for you and you for them. So I realized that I went through 3 phases, and I think that this may also be consistent across other boards. And once again, these stages, you can jump stages, you can skip stages, you can go to one loctician and have all 3 stages. These stages can overlap, what have you. And so this isn't a truly linear deal. You can kind of, you won't, how to put it, you can skip, but you won't go back. If that makes sense. So we're going to start off with the first stage. And it was this first stage for me, which was the just do it phase. All right, the just do it loctician. Basically, in the beginning, it's like, I want locks. I want this style. Put them in my head. If you can do that, we're gold. I don't need, can you do it? Yes. Have a heartbeat? Yep. 10 fingers? No, you have 9? We can work with it. Yeah, as long as you can do my hair, we're good, right? No qualms. And so this phase is going to be confusing. This phase, you're going to have a lot of questions. And in this phase, there are going to be a lot of things that you don't know, and a lot of things that you really don't know that you don't know. There's going to be a lot of questions that you don't know to ask. Some things that are just going to come over time. And so this first stage, like I said, is just, you need a loctician to install the locks in your hair, into your head. That's it. All right. So that's loctician number 1. That's phase 1 loctician. Just put them in. All right. Number 2 loctician is going to be the teach me phase. All right. So the teach me phase is basically, I'm here. I have my locks. My locks are in my head. Oh, what are these balls here? Why is this doing this? Why, how long until I can do this? This is the part in which you're learning, right? This is the teach me phase. And so you need a loctician that is knowledgeable enough to be able to explain these things to you. I always say that I would really rather a loctician who has locks or is natural, who understands it thoroughly, because locks are unlike any other hairstyle. It takes a certain knowledge to actually know what to do with them, how to dry them, how to maintain them, how to keep them, where they need to be and how they need to be. And so all these questions. Can I swim with them? How, all these just random things that you would think that you may not think of in the moment. You want to have a loctician to where when you do go to them, they can answer all those questions for you. And so that's going to be the second loctician. Once again, that is the teach me phase, or the teach me phase of loctician, or type 2 loctician, whatever you want to call it. And so that's number 2, right? The third one, and let me back up. To a degree, you should always be in phase 2. You should always be learning and trying to, enhance your knowledge on locks and things of that nature. And so to a degree, you should always be in phase 2. But phase 3, you've been in phase 2, all right? You have the locks from phase 1. You understand how to take care of your locks. And now you've accrued a certain amount of knowledge to where you now have the power of preference. You know that there are 4 different ways to do something right, and you want this way. What you don't need is loctician for number 2, or loctician number 2 saying, no, you should do it this way, when truly it's just a matter of preference. Or, hey, I'm going to only come in once every 4 months. Oh, wait, no. You should come in once every 2 weeks, once every 3 weeks, once every month, whatever. Once you understand the ramifications of, okay, if I go 4 months, I'm going to have new growth. My hair is going to be whatever. I'm going to probably have to do some things to the roots, and I'm going to have to maintain it a little more on my own. But if you understand those things, and that is your personal preference, and you're coming and you're making that decision from a place of knowledge and understanding, you need phase 3 to listen to me, loctician, to actually respect and honor your wishes. Now, this phase takes a little bit of modesty, a little bit of humility, and a little bit of, I guess, just self-reflection or self-introspection to know when you're in this phase. Because what you don't want to do is be in phase 2 where you're still learning and then making phase 3 decisions. Like, she's trying to teach you one thing, but you're like, no, I want it this way. So be very careful. Once again, always stay in phase 2. If they say something, double check it. Keep doing your research. Keep learning. Keep trying to, increase your knowledge. And once again, when you figure out that, okay, this is what I want, and this is what it's going to look like, then you need someone who's not going to fight you on every decision that you make with your hair, right? So those are the 3 phases. Really simple, really plain. Phase 1, just to recap. Phase 1 is going to be just do it, loctician. Just do it. Just put them in, install them. That's all I need you to do. Phase 2, or type 2 loctician, is going to be teach me something, right? I have locks, and I'm going down this path. I'm dedicating my life to this. It's a little extreme. But this is the path that I'm taking my hairstyle. I'm going to dedicate years to this style. And that is, once again, that is the teach me phase. And then the third phase is the listen to me phase. Once you've learned and accrued a certain amount of knowledge to where you can confidently and competently give your input on your hair and make those decisions for yourself. And you, once again, you've made that discernment to where you know that you are actually in that phase and you're not making bad choices. Then you just need someone who's not going to fight you on everything. You need someone who's in that phase of, just honoring your decisions, right? And so that's pretty much it. Like I said, there's a lot to cover on locks. I'm probably going to do a lot more episodes of this, a lot more videos, simply because there's a lot going on. And I know that when I started out, I didn't know anything about locks. So if I can help someone else, in the future, avoid a lot of misinformation and things of that nature, then of course it'll be my pleasure to do that. But if you like this video, and only if you like this video, if you think it'll be helpful, like, subscribe, all that stuff, comments, something, bell, all that, right? All right. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for coming. See you next time.